Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Dickie's Videos, where no war game, of course, remains unplayed. Further ado, hello everybody. As you know, if you don't know already, I've joined the World Championship of Field of Glory this year. So this is going to go in an entirely different playlist, just like the digital leagues, as always. Sometimes I like to go, yeah, go on, let's chuck ourselves into a big challenge. So here today, we're of course got into one of the English teams, the Battling Britons, which we're busy talking about on the emails about our forces, and I pulled the early I think it's 2500 BC to 700 BC, and we've got a nice team of likely lads in Group C. If you watched it the other day on the Slivered channel, of course, I am playing the Mycenaean Empire, of course, Greeks. I love my Greeks that I got putted on period 1, which is fine for me. And I've got a couple of worthy opponents that are interested. What the names in bold are of course, the team captains. So we'll have a quick look. I was going to show you my opponents, and of course, the next couple of weeks, months, you will see battles. Turns out how far I get. You will see lots of battles. This is going to be difficult for Mr. York. There's a couple of Italian players there with the Hebrew list that are going to be harsh. So we're going to have a quick look at the factions I'm playing, have a quick discussion. It's going to be quick, easy. So we're playing Mycenaean. If this should work properly, you should see my screen, and you do. Let's have a look at my list, which is really nice. Lots of nice light chariots, superior, light spear, good impact. This is what I want against medium troops. Early cavalry to support the chariots in just evading all over the place. We've got the Mimrads. These are our kind of crack troops, which are going to be in the centre or wherever I feel the terrain is needed. The backbone, which will be the light spear, the spearman with a light spear and sword. So we've got that swordsman. Remember that light spear swordsman. That will give me, but the below average in some armor might give me a negative. And then we just have the heavy foot, which is good against the medium foot, but of course we will be negative against any. These are good to block chariots, I think. Massed archers, just pepper. 2-inch archer units, slingers, which are really good. I can't remember the point list weird thing. I think it's like 1200. I think it is. So that's my faction. We're going to look at the my Hittite opponent. Oh God, if I can remember. What Hittite list is it? 1275. Yeah, there's a couple of these I'm a little bit worried about, but has he got any allies? No, just pure Hittites. This is one list I'm probably worrying about. I'm going to have to play my A game with Zone of Controls. Lots of chariots in this list. Lots of chariots. The Gascan warriors, you see, he's got light spear, bow, so he's got a good selection of chariots. I mean, he could have just a whole chariot army if he wanted to, if the terrain favoured him. Gascan warriors, impact swordsman, below average though. Yet again, medium foot. So some of my heavy foot might do well there, and the problem is their impact foot. I'm worried. Syrian spearmen, not really worried about the Syrian spearmen. They get shot up quite easily, but there's just a massive amount of. Just a massive amount of them though. Anatolian spearmen, same thing again. Just big unit, below average light spear swordsman. The swordsman, irregular foot, I'm particularly not worried about too much, but you might use them as backups. Napoleon Rabbo, I'm surprised it takes you. Massed archers, good selection of lights. Slightly worried about the Hittites, but we'll go with that. And we're looking at our next opponent, Assyrian 745. What allies do they have? They have Neo-Hittites. This is going to be interesting. Fucking huge list. So, nice, expert. You see, Zone of Control. Only 50% light spear. Cavalry superior. Big chariots. Big chariots for the Assyrians here. But gives them access to more Arab cavalry. Lots of cavalry. Big cavalry list there. So what do we come down to? The infantry foot guards, which are good. Armoured superior, that's a good unit for this year. The mix of archer things, which I really like these Assyrian troops with the mixed arch. They're going to be particularly interesting. Spearmen, raw, irregular, poor, massed archers. Good selection of archers here. Lots of lights. Yeah, that's a slightly another one. I think I've got to play my A game, looking at trying to block chariots. Actually, the first challenge that I've accepted, which was today, where this video is coming out as well, on the 10th, was the Tarian list popped up. Somebody messaged me on the Slytherin forum, 749. There we go. And what's this? Just lots of Assyrians, that kind of thing. Foot guard the unit, which could shoot it up. If I could wear it down, maybe we could do. Not so worried about this. If I get a good terrain, it's mostly foot guard and archers. They're below average protected. Just got to be interested. I've got to be careful of fire. Just got to be careful of people shooting at me. That's all. Let's switch off there, and we'll look at our last opponent, which is Hebrew, and which I've very limited experience with the Hebrew. So it's quite lucky I'm looking at it now, because the only time I'd look at it is when I turn up. So it's Hebrew 800. So there we are. The Hebrew list is nasty with them allies. So we'll start from the top. Good selection of chariots. I know this is the 1200 point list. Oh, we should have the 1200 point list. But just looking at what they can access is chariots, cavalry. Nice bunch of lots. So one guard, and we've got the Gibbon, which are probably just as good as the foot guards. Gibberoon. Picked Hebrew with light spears, so that's light spears, sword, superior armoured. Medium foot though, so they're not as heavy as the foot guard. Spearmen, irregular foot. Hebrew light archers, nice list. Ooh, it's gonna be a bit of a challenge, I think, for the Mycelion Greeks. I'm playing a lot of Eastern factions. What I can just notice there. I'll keep getting interrupted when I do this video. Everybody else downstairs. So let's have a quick look back at our list again. Yeah, I think we're in for a bit of a rocky road of fight against everybody, really. I think I don't know. I think we could outshoot, as long as we control zone. We've got to keep that control. That's the main thing with what we're actually given selected. Like, I don't think I could, at this age, I couldn't have selected any allies. But I'm not bothered about that. It was going to be one of the Greek nations we chose, and we chose it, and I'll have to accept it, and I'll go with it. So there we go. That is, of course, what we need to do. Let's certainly see what it brings. So there we go, folks. You'll be updated. Win-loss. The best thing to do, everybody, folks, is wish my team well. All the other teams who are playing in other groups, have a great time. It doesn't matter about it. It does. Well, of course, it is nice to win. But the main thing, guys and girls, when I play Field of Glory, it's just to have fun, chuck some dice down, have a great day. And like I said, thanks for the. Really impressed with all the organisation from behind the scene, because it does look massive. And of course, the Battling Britons themselves. Hopefully, we get through a couple of games and have good fun. My other allies like Ironclad, the Roman. He's playing against Spartan, Pontic, Ptolemaic, Seleucid. Oh, lots of Greeks nations there. And of course, in the third, Sassanid, Persians, Byzantines, Irish, Vikings, Arab, Byzantine, German, and then of course to the Field of Glory medieval, Continental English, Tunrag, Mongol, Bulgarian, and Catalana. Fantastic. Click like subscribe button, folks. You'll be updated with wins and losses. I'll probably update you about my wins and losses of my, of course, fellow teammates. Like I said, we're just gonna have a good time. Let the good times roll, folks. I'll catch you probably on a video. This is gonna be a permanent playlist, and I'll probably give you a snapshot of each game when I first start, so you can see what goes off. And bye bye.